Hi everyone. So after reading about the scheduling and transportation, this is with coaching, this is my first year being involved with the high school sports. So it's definitely been a different experience for me to be on the other side and see what exactly is involved to when coaching and being an administrator for each respective sport. So with my school, the where's your school in compliance with administrative tasks? I would definitely say working at Simi High as a volleyball coach, our athletic director is so proactive. Her and her assistant are always on top of it, giving us weekly emails if there's an issue. There was an issue in the very beginning of the season, before school even started, of a football coach who was posting inappropriate videos. And before that was even addressed to the media or anything, he was already, brought in for questioning, and they pretty much like nipped that in so fast. It wasn't even an issue of loyalty or anything. So compliance-wise, they're really on top of everything. And every week, all the fall coaches right now for volleyball and all the fall coaches, we share a spreadsheet on Google Documents, and we have to update that every week. And so everyone has access to see it with football and cross country and water polo, and what else is there? Volleyball, um, tennis, golf. There we go. And so we all share that spreadsheet, and each week we're only able to access it to um, change our games, the dates, times, bus schedule, scores, and results, and each prospective coach of that team, we're the only one who's able to edit it. So we're able to change, if a time change is to there for rescheduling, we put it there. For all the scores and all the results for CIF, we have to put it in there. So I've seen firsthand that the compliance and the administrative tasks are very overwhelming, but they do a good job of it. And we even had the problem of a girl transferring from a different high school, so she had to sit out for 6 weeks because of CIF rules. And so because of that, she had to do all this paperwork and whatnot, and I know that was an issue with some other schools in our league, that they tried to go around it and have those athletes not sit out instead of sitting out for their, allotted 6 weeks. So compliance-wise, my school does a lot for the scheduling. The bus schedule has already been all set out, and if a bus isn't there, 15 minutes when we're supposed to leave, they call before we even get there, before there's an issue. So that's been awesome. However, for the stuff that's out of compliance and administration, the only thing with scheduling that has been the biggest issue concerning volleyball, at least, is that volleyball is obviously in season and basketball is not. However, basketball has the sixth period class, which is before practice. So our practice starts at 3, and the sixth period is supposed to end at 2:48. And however, basketball stays in there till 3, which is fine. But there's become an issue now of basketball staying in there longer than 3. Then it goes on to 3:05, 3:10, and then it takes away from our volleyball practice. By the time we set up the nets, get everything going, we don't even get practice started until 3:20, and then it's just loses time. That loses touches for the girls. So we have addressed that issue with basketball and the athletic director, that they're just staying in the gym too long. And then on the other side of it, they're coming in too soon. So let's say our last practice ends at 6:30. Their practice starts at 6:30, and they're coming in, at 6:20, trying to warm up and bouncing the balls, and it's distracting. They're high school kids. So, the girls are looking all over the place, what's happening, and it's just the scheduling for that. They either need to make the allotted times, 20 minutes in between so that no one's in there, 15 minutes in between maybe, or make it a rule that, you cannot enter the gym until another sport has exited the gym, because that needs to be addressed. In addition, that's become actually a really big issue from games last week. During volleyball, our first frosh-off game starts at 4. We get there at 3 to set everything up because the other team's already there, and the plant manager is supposed to come in the gym, and he's supposed to be in charge of setting up the bleachers and the scores table and putting the basketball hoops up, and he's supposed to be there 15 minutes before 3. So, it's an hour and 15 before game time. However, he hasn't been there, and we've been having to be responsible for taking the bleachers out, so we're not waiting 20 minutes before game time, and there's people in there nowhere to sit, and the score table has to be brought out. However, that thing is like 900 pounds, so now we have a liability issue of having our own athletes bring that out. So that's the only thing that I really had to address with scheduling and transportation. Haven't had an issue. It's been awesome. But some ways to address it, I guess, would just be communication. The communication with your coaching staff, communication with the other coaches, communication with your athletic director. Our athletic director is just awesome in that field, but without clear communication on scheduling and transportation, that can definitely a touchy subject. So thanks for listening.